Have you ever reached for a jar in the cupboard and found it just a little harder to open than it used to be? Or maybe you've noticed that getting up out of your favorite armchair requires a bit more of a push than it did a few years ago. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know you are not alone. And more importantly, it is not a sentence you just have to accept. What you're likely experiencing is something called sarcopenia, which is just the medical term for age-related muscle loss, and it's something we can absolutely do something about for a long time. We were told that losing strength and becoming frail was just a normal, inevitable part of getting older. But what if I told you that the latest science says something completely different? What if I told you that your muscles are waiting for your permission to get strong again, no matter your age? The truth is, after 65, strength training isn't just a good idea, it's essential for maintaining your independence, your energy, and your quality of life. Think about what independence really means. It's carrying your own groceries, working in your garden, playing with your grandkids on the floor, and traveling to see family. Every single one of those wonderful parts of life requires muscle. So when we talk about rebuilding muscle, we're not talking about getting bulky like a bodybuilder. We're talking about preserving your freedom to live life on your own terms, and the best part, you don't need an expensive gym membership or fancy equipment to start. In fact, you can start right where you are, in your own home, with just a sturdy chair and maybe a couple of cans of soup or water bottles. Today, I'm going to share with you for a simple, safe, and incredibly effective strength exercises designed specifically for us. These movements target the major muscle groups that are crucial for daily life, and they will help you feel stronger, more stable, and more confident in just a few weeks. Let's begin with what I call the throne of power, which is really just a fancy name for the simple chair sit-to-stand. This is so much more than just sitting down and standing up. It's the fundamental movement that powers your entire day. Now, lean your chest forward slightly. Keeping your back straight, think of showing someone the logo on your shirt and push through your heels to stand up. Try not to use your hands to push off your knees. The power should come from your legs and your core. Then, control your descent as you sit back down. Don't just plop. The magic happens in that controlled movement down. It's what builds the strength. If you find this too easy, you can make it more challenging by crossing your arms over your chest. And if you need a little help at first, that's perfectly okay. There is no shame in using the armrests or the seat of the chair for a little boost. The goal is progress, not perfection. Now that we've got you standing up with more power and control, let's make sure you can stay on your feet with unshakable confidence. That's where our second exercise comes in, the steady and strong heel-to-toe stand. Balance is a use it or lose it skill, and it's directly tied to the strength in your ankles and calves. This exercise is deceptively simple but incredibly powerful for preventing stumbles and falls. For this, you'll want to stand up, holding onto the back of a sturdy chair or your kitchen counter for support. Slowly lift your heels off the floor, rising up onto the balls of your feet. Hold that position for a count of 2 or 3 seconds, feeling that squeeze in your calf muscles. Then, slowly and with control, lower your heels back down. The key here is the slow motion up with control, down with control. As you get stronger and more stable, you can challenge yourself by trying to do a few repetitions while only lightly resting your fingertips on the chair, or even letting go for a second at a time. So we've worked on the power in your legs and the stability in your calves. But what about giving your upper body the strength to carry that grocery bag or lift your suitcase into the overhead bin? Our third exercise is the seated overhead press, and it's a fantastic way to build shoulder strength safely. For this, you can use a pair of dumbbells, or if you're just starting out, 2 cans of beans or full water bottles work perfectly. Sit up tall in your chair with your feet flat on the floor. Hold your weights at shoulder height, with your palms facing forward. Now, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, press the weights straight up toward the ceiling. But don't lock your elbows at the top. You want to keep a slight, gentle bend. Then, inhale as you slowly lower the weights back down to your shoulders. Imagine you're moving through thick honey, slow and steady. This movement is so important because it strengthens the very muscles you use to put things away on a high shelf or take them down. Now, let's move on to the fourth and final exercise, which targets one of the largest and most important muscle groups for a strong, pain-free back and good posture, the bent-over row. Now, don't let the name scare you. We're going to do a modified, very safe version of this. You'll need your weights again, and you'll start by standing behind your sturdy chair, feet shoulder-width apart. Hinge forward at your hips, not your waist, keeping your back perfectly straight, almost parallel to the floor. Let your arms hang straight down, holding the weights with your palms facing each other. Now, imagine you're trying to squeeze a pencil between your shoulder blades. As you do that, pull the weights up towards your chest, keeping your elbows close to your body. Pause for a moment at the top, feeling that wonderful squeeze in your back, and then slowly lower the weights back down. This one movement will help you stand taller and feel stronger with every box you lift or bag you carry. So there you have it, for a powerful tool you can use to take back control of your strength and your independence. The chair sit to stand for power, the heel raise for balance, the overhead press for shoulder strength, and the bent over row for a strong back. Remember, consistency is far more important than intensity. Just doing a few of these exercises, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, can make a world of difference. Listen to your body, start where you are, and celebrate every small bit of progress. I would love to hear how it goes for you. Which of these exercises felt the best? What small victory did you have this week? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience could be the very thing that inspires someone else to start their own journey. If you found this helpful, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more simple, practical ways to live your best life after 50. Wishing you strength, confidence, and all the joy that comes with a life well lived.